Yeah, the walk-ons, those guys are important, and they put in just as much work and effort as anybody else. And to give them a chance to eat and get the same nutrition as the other guys, it's a big positive for them, and they deserve it.
Scott, Coach Kelly used to talk about teachable moments. Are there a lot of teachable moments in spring ball, or is it mostly about getting as many reps and as many ropes of kids as you can?
No, you're always still learning. I mean, you want to get as many reps as you can. You want to get guys experience, but we do a lot of situations, game situations, overtime, second down and long, end of the game situations and scenarios. And the more those guys can experience that, the more they'll learn.
How's the tempo been? 9 practices in tempo. Johnny Mundt said that it's not quite where he'd like to see it.
Yeah, tempo's hard when you're playing young guys. We got some guys playing new positions, and we got some young players, particularly at the skill positions. And when those guys have to run around fast, get lined up fast, and know what to do, sometimes they can't do it as fast, and we can't snap the ball till everybody's set. So that's something we'll keep working on, but it'll come along.
I assume that's one of the big things, and one of the most beneficial things about spring ball is it really jumpstarts those younger guys going into fall camp.
Yeah, I mean they're getting force-fed reps right now. Those young guys are out there, and they're not sitting on a knee watching everybody else. They're out there getting run into the ground. So it's death by reps for them, and I think it'll show up in improvements down the road.
Scott, do you envision the backup quarterback situation being similar to last year, or do you want to have a more clear-cut definitive backup?
Well, we haven't made a decision on backup quarterback yet. We're watching those guys. I think they're all developing. At the end of spring ball, we'll probably sit down and take a look at that and decide, the pecking order and also how we want to handle the spot behind Marcus.
Did Marcus's injury last year change the way you thought about that a little bit?
No. Marcus was a trooper. I thought he played really well considering the kind of injury he had and the severity of the injury. We got guys that I think can go in games and win, and I think we got more than one guy that I think can go in and win a game for us, so we feel pretty lucky in that way.
Coach, obviously a lot of eyes are on the receivers, and specifically Keenan. A lot of the young receivers have talked about what a good leader he is. What do you see in him that makes him strong?
Keenan does everything right, and he outworks everybody every single day. In fact, it's maybe not newsworthy, but a few days ago he was out there practicing, and somebody raked across his back end, and his pants ripped, and his whole butt was showing. And I told him he literally finally practiced his butt off. He's been our hardest worker for 2 years. He's the ultimate team leader. He does everything right, and he's a great example for our young kids, because when he came in here, he was a little bit of a raw green freshman that didn't figure it out, and since he's figured it out, he's been a model citizen for us.
How did he handle that situation?
He kept playing, which was great. If you were in front of him, it wasn't such a good view from behind.